Thank you. This is it's a WebEx. Okay. Um, Thank you everyone for having me here today. My name is Juan Ramirez. I'm professional engineering and consultant with the Quality Assurance Division, the Port Authority. My role is to support and conduct review of the design submission to ensure that they meet with all applicable codes, guidelines, and standards. Today, I'm going to present the design consideration and critical when submitting your project for approval. This session aims to clarify the requirement, highlights common mistakes and flaws, and other practical advice to help you to prepare high quality compliance submission in the case of the electrical trades. Okay, next please. Okay, let's do this. All right. There's another page before a slide before this, Ryan. The where the section are, the presentation of all sections. I think we missed a slide. Ah, okay. We have around 8 sections here in the presentation. The first one is the electrical cordon standard. This one. The presentation section into each addressing section is essential element for electrical review process. You can see the breakdown here. We move step by step, starting with the from regulatory context and finishing with the specific comments and recommended some practices for a good design submission. Next, please. Basically, this comprises all codes and standards in which the electrical review process is framed. The main use of the TCRMs. This is the main use of the standard manual issued by the port authorities, followed with the national electric codes and different version depending on the state or the location of the project will be out, but we only comply with these codes. Next, please. Okay, this is the review background and process, how we make the review of the submission. Before beginning any design works for the port authority, it's crucial that understand the regulatory framework under which your design will be reviewed. Okay. The review process adhere to applicable codes and standard, and compliance with this. And compliance with this is not basically optional; it's a compliance. Most importantly, the tenant construction and renovation manual (TCRMs) must be reviewed and fully understood before you begin your process of the design. The most current version as today is the 2025 TCRM, which reflects the Port Authority specific requirements and serves as the primary compliance reference instrument. That's very important. Okay. Next, please. No, leave it at that. Sorry, and leave it in the same. Yes, I have to explain something. Next, the back. Back. Another back. This leave it at that. Okay. Let me online how the review process works first. We'll move on. We conduct like a high-level audit style review, and I try not to enter in the design portion or consideration first. Our analysis is guided by the QID design standard called TCRM in the latest code version approved by the authority having jurisdiction. This is very important because we review under the current codes that are approved under jurisdictions is on. Not simply the newest edition published by the National Codes Organization. Okay, this is very, very important. The review process consists in the following steps, basically. Review the basic project information, examining the submission package, that includes cover letters, drawings, scope of work, and all support documents that the project needs to be submitted. Analyzing the design for technical adequacy and compliance, and prepare detailed comments based on the findings. Issue this comment to the QAD project coordinator for construction or build the right memo for the project. This approach ensures your submission is assessed fairly, thoroughly, and consistently with your project. Okay, next. Next, please. Okay. And this is important to reinforce the key responsibility and frequency finding. This is a general finding that I found when I reviewed your submission. Okay. First, responsibility for ensure code and design compliance lies solely with the architect or record or engineering on record. This cannot be delegated to contractor, vendor, or any suppliers. Keep that in mind. Additionally, design documents must be digitally signed and sealed by a licensed professional in the state where the project is located. Okay, omission, errors, and non-compliance can result in withhold or even rejection of your submission. And finally, the design must comply with the most recent codes approved by the authority having jurisdiction, meaning state law, city ordinance, Port Authority compliance code, etc. Next. In this section, we enter more in technical comments, or so we said critical comments. We share some critical comments that typically arise in the review process. These are presented to help you to understand where most submission fall short and how you can avoid similar issues or flaws in your design in the submission. Pay close attention to the example can save you a significant amount of time and resource, and avoiding the resubmission process. So very important. The first comment. We expected to view the explode view drawings on existing and proposed electrical manholes. Sometimes we miss that specification. Next. We have a very specific requirement for PVC conduits. The PVC conduit shall not be used within building. This is a TSRM. The minimum size underground conduit was specified for 600 volts. Next. Shop drawings for medium voltage entrance shall be submitted for approval in advance of fabrication and its connection with the switch gears or any other bid equipment. Lack of detail on drawings such as scope of work. Scope of work is very important. Sometimes I don't see the scope of work in your submission related with the electrical tray specifically. A specification report, general notes, low calculation, all this kind of stuff sometimes is missing in the electrical review. Next. Continue with the medium voltage. The tenant drawings shall include a complete one-line diagram, show all primary connection, switch gear, interconnecting lock. You can submit the partial one-line diagram as well. It will depend on the magnitude of the project, obviously. A load letter shall be prepared and submitted to PA in the format very similar to utility company letters, and should be provided a breakdown of major type of lots, indicated the largest motor law and total anticipated demand, etc. A short circuit calculation for system on the medium voltage system. Coordination study for the proposed power system shall be submitted for review. Next. Continue with the medium voltage. Each incoming service shall be provided with the required Port Authority approved meeting, current transformer, CD, potential transformer PTs, electrical system for tenants and Port Authority owned and operating building. All tenancies shall be meter. You have included meter for all tenants facility in the Port Authority facility. Ground rods shall be copper and 3/4 diameter and 10 feet long. Ground cable shall be soft drum copper, class B, stranding and connected to the ground rod by exothermal welds. Next. Panel board shall be oh, I have a
That's right. I think it's there we go.
okay. All right. Panel board shall have a main circuit breakers, 100% neutral bus, ground bus, copper buses, and bolt-on, and type circuit breaker. UL listed, very important. Each panel shall contain at least 25% additional space for future circuit or future growth. Single pole breakers shall not be gained to form multiple breakers, and series rated equipment shall not be acceptable. Next, please. The power distribution system, feeders with gears, transformer panels, and overcurrents protected device included coordination plans regarding with the connection and available capacity with PA utilities. One line diagram, as I said before, sort of identification, conductors types, sizes, connected, and demand loads. Basis of sort of capacity, voltage drop, and adequacy of overcurrent protection shall be presented. Characteristic of the special law, example, large model law shall be detailed. Key and mechanical interlock shall be shown, identifying the operational procedures for energizing and de-energizing and grounding medium voltage equipment. Next. Coordination with the other trades is very important. You have to insert in your notes any coordination that dealing with the other trade, like mechanical and ventilation, grounding, including system, grounding of the device system, such as transformer and generator, or grounding conductor sizing and type must be shown drawings. Physical safety, such as clearances around the equipment, should be observed. I mentioned the correlated in this comment for your reference. The demolition works, all electrical and communication cables and manholes shall be identified, bubbles in the drawings. Next. And lastly, I want to highlight the most relevant codes and standards that form the foundation of our review in terms of the National Electric Codes. This is the most used code that the comments I made during the review. So this is a more relevant code for our review. I strongly recommend to dedicate time to this internal check, familiarize with those codes. Okay. Next, please. This is an example on the wireline diagram. Sometimes the specific grounding is missing, or the meter information is very vague and did not mention the model of the meter. Be sure to include always the type of the model, branding, and everything of the equipment that you mentioned in the drawings. Next. This is another classical example when there sometimes the sheet of the drawings come without any notes, no demolition notes, no electrical notes, no specific notes. So be aware when you make a electrical design to put all notes related with your design specifically. No copy paste, please, related with the design that you are going to submit. Next. This is another example where just include a couple of sentences in the note. So remember, all professional designs, in electrical specifically, you have a general notes, specification, requirement, demolition notes, coordination notes, applicable codes, notes, everything you have to include in those drawings. Next. The final takeaway of electrical, the wishful list of the electrical drawings for review will, will be a drawing that contains everything, like this, like a checklist, the abbreviation, applicable code, coordination notes, demolition, load calculation. This is a wishful list of the for review a complete design. Next, I think we almost finished. Lastly, for closing, I hope this presentation has clarified Port Authority expectation and helped you to understand the electrical design process. One good recommendation would be specific to internal practice of each company is have some kind of checklist based on the TCRM's requirements. Another checklist based on the National Electric Code before you submit for approval your projects, because we save a lot of times if you make some kind of internal quality assurance first and before submission, because sometimes we found a very basic specification that is missing in the drawings. I hope this presentation help you to be successful in your project. We are here to collaborate, as Steve said. We are here to collaborate and ensure that every project meets the highest standard, safety and quality and compliance. Help you to be successful in your project. That's our main goals. Okay. Thank you for your attention today. Any question?